All right, so this is a continuation of yesterday, but we typically just put this in with day two's lesson. So this one is actually from an SAT prep book. It says the height of a right cylinder is 5. So height would be going from the top of the cylinder to the bottom. So we can go ahead and label this one. And the diameter of the base is 4. So diameter of a circle goes all the way across. This is 4. And all the way across would be 4. What is the distance from the center of one base to a point on the circumference of the other base? So from the inside to the outside. So we're basically creating here, hopefully you can kind of see a right triangle right here. But this whole side is 4. We're going from the center, so we're only going to have a side length of 2 here. So these are our legs, the 5 and the 2, and this is my hypotenuse, the C. So if I have 5 squared plus 2 squared equals C squared, 25 plus 4 equals C squared, so 29. Square root C is equal to the square root of 29, which if you look is answer choice C. Taking a look at number 3, Sandy jogged through the park. She jogged 3 miles east. So Sandy starts here and she jogs 3 miles east. East would be in this direction here when we're just drawing this out on paper. Then she turned and jogged 5 miles south. So she's going down here, and this is 5 miles. And if she were to jog straight back to her starting point, how much farther would she need to jog? So how much farther does she have to go now? You notice going east and south, or east and north and south, or not north and south, west and north, and west and south are going to make a right angle for you here. So these are your A and B, your legs. And this is C, your hypotenuse. So A squared plus B squared equals C squared. 3 squared plus 5 squared. 9 plus 25. 34 equals C squared. Take the square root of both sides. And you're starting to probably think C is the square root of 34. This is just below 6, so maybe 5.9. Let's just double check. Square root of 34. 5.83, so we'll say it's about 5.8 miles more she'll need to jog. That's just kind of to refresh your memory from yesterday. Going into day 2, today lets us solve for a leg. So we're actually going to be treating this like we're solving equations now and using the same steps that we did before. So one of our main goals here is going to be to figure out what actually is missing. So if you look, here's my right angle, which means these are my legs. So we'll call this side A and B. Across from the right angle is C. So our formula is A squared plus B squared equals C squared. So we're going to leave A this time because we don't know what it is. And in B, we're going to put plus 7 squared equals 12 squared. Now, you're probably thinking, yep, draw that line down. A squared will stay, plus 49 equals 144. So subtract your 49. And we're going to get A squared equals 95. And take the square root of both sides. So A is going to be about, and we're looking at 9.7. So A is about 9.7 then. All right. If you take a look at example number 2, we have A, we're looking for B, and we have C. So A squared plus B squared equals C squared. 12 squared plus B squared equals 13 squared. 144 plus B squared equals 169. This is where that perfect square bookmark will really help you. Just kind of, if you don't know them, it'll make your life way easier. So this is going to give me 25. Take the square root. Square root of 25 is 5. So B here is 5. And notice that's a pthag triple, the 5, 12, 13. Word problems here for you for today. One leg of a right triangle measures 15 inches long. The hypotenuse is 25. Draw a picture. You can never go wrong. So 15 Hypotenuse, remember, is across from the right angle, 25. What's the other leg to the nearest tenth? So that means one number after the decimal point. I'm going to put that as a. So I have a squared plus 15 squared equals 25 squared. A squared plus 225 equals 625. Subtract. So a squared is going to equal 400. Take the square root, and that's going to be 20 inches then. So we don't even have to round. Last example here, the bottom of a 12-foot ladder. So here's your picture, is 4 feet from the side of the house. So the ladder itself is 12 feet long, and it's 4 feet from the side of the house. So from here to here is 4 feet. Notice how this creates a right triangle for you. This is across from the right angle, so that's C. We'll call this guy B. And up the side of the house here is A. So how high can the ladder go above the ground? So A squared plus 4 squared equals 12 squared. Subtract your 16. So if we do this, we get 128. Take the square root, and the square root of 128 is 11.3. So 11.3 feet up the house. Kind of a nice thing to know too, like if you had to clean windows on a second floor and you wanted to see if your ladder would actually reach, this would be a really good application of it. So there are some more examples in your notes packet. The next part kind of goes into your homework, but then further back there are some word problems too. I'm not going to do those in videos, but you can go through and actually take a look. Some of them will be your homework and some of them will kind of be our classwork.